So this is day 3. We're 3 days into the cruise. It's Wednesday morning. The last couple days have been a little busy, as cruises typically are. It takes a couple of days of getting oriented, especially since we haven't cruised in over 4 years, as well as us being on a brand new cruise, MSC Cruises. So I have to say that I've really enjoyed MSC Cruises so far. It's very different from the Carnival cruises that we've been on before. I would say that it's been a successful cruise, but I will tell you that because I made this a business cruise and I said going in that I would be making videos, I have been walking this ship, walking all over the place, collecting footage. And because this is a live environment, there are people walking around all the time. So it's very difficult to get very good footage or very good uninterrupted footage. So that has been the challenge. And of course, there's been some bad weather on Monday when we were at the Nassau, Bahamas. Yesterday wasn't too bad. We were at the Ocean Cay. I enjoyed that a lot. I guess it was a pristine environment. It's a private island. There were a couple of beaches. I learned some of the inner workings of Ocean Cay. But today, we are a day at sea. I was finally able to find a place that's quiet and sit back and collect my thoughts. So this is the first time I've ever really made an attempt to make a reasonably decent video, although I'm probably going to be a little bit rambly, and I apologize for that. I don't have anything prepared. Normally, when I make a video, I'm always prepared with some notes or script or something along this line. But right now, I decided I'm just going to kind of wing it. If there's any big problems, I will take care of it during editing or add some comments during post-production here. So as it stands right now, I'm on deck 7, the Taj Mahal deck, and I'm kind of tucked away off to the side. Yeah, there's not a lot of activity right now. It's pretty sunny. So I had planned on trying to get a better angle, but the sun is literally coming to me right into my face right now. So it really left me no choice. I would have preferred the ocean background. Now I may hop onto the other side, but I think there are people over there. So that kind of limits me here for the most part. It's nice and quiet. Hopefully I won't get too interrupted. Now, it's hard to believe it's been 4 years since we've done our cruise, but with COVID and everything that was going on, we just really didn't feel that secure about going on our cruise. As much as we like cruises, we just was unsure. And it turns out that based on what I read on the MSC website, that they were dropping all the COVID-19 protocols, so it makes it easier to board. I mean, we have our COVID vaccine cards with us that shows that we were vaccinated and all that. But nevertheless, it was a concern for us. But anyway, we're here on a cruise. It's going very well. And there appears to be some changes, at least for MSC, since COVID hit. One of the things that I was told, because I was looking for it, is that the library that used to be on most ships have now been removed. I don't know where the library used to be on this particular ship, but I was told that it no longer exists. And the reason being is I wanted somewhere quiet to record. I'm using this microphone, and I haven't used it in the other ones. It was just very cumbersome, and I just haven't had a chance to kind of collect my thoughts. Another thing that's worrisome in making videos is having to deal with background music. So those of you who don't know about how YouTube works, there is copyright protections and things like that. So if you get stray music in the background, it can become problematic for the video that you post. And so I'm very careful to avoid environments that have background music of any kind. Another thing is there's a lot of ambient noise. Right now it's seemingly quiet, but there really is a fair amount of ambient noise, and so I have to use this microphone. One of the things I miss about cruises is being able to get away and think, reflect, and just be a little bit disconnected. Now, admittedly, I still want my internet connection because I still have responsibilities at home, and I want to make sure I get any urgent voice messages or emails so I can respond to them if necessary. For example, I sent a text message to one of our neighbors to pick up our mail because we had forgotten to hold the mail. I had a stray Amazon package that took forever to come in, and of course, it arrived after we're long gone. So I was able to at least get that handled. It wouldn't have been at the end of the world, but it's nice to have somebody back home to take care of a couple things. I tend to believe for me that cruising allows my brain to stretch and wander. I brought my journal to make notes and write journal ideas and things like that. I haven't done it yet because most of my time I've been just walking and walking and walking. I've probably walked miles, literally, between climbing up and down the stairs, exiting and entering the ship, walking the length. And so I've gotten a fair amount of exercise. But being on board ship really gives me a chance to reflect. And honestly, I haven't done much for 2023. I've got a lot of plans laid out for 2023, but this week has given me the opportunity to kind of reflect on it some more and hopefully recharge my batteries. Obviously, this is an experimental video, which I will be putting up on my YouTube channel. I currently run a real estate slash finance slash economic YouTube channel, and it's going to be interesting to insert a cruise videos and all that. One of the reasons I'm doing this is that my life is fluid. Yes, I'm a real estate guy. I have my real estate license. I'm a real estate investor. I'm a landlord. I'm an educator. So I'm very much immersed in that. But to me, our lives are not quite so clean. Now, I understand that there are a number of people who won't watch this video, and that's fine. It is what it is, right? People want a very certain topic and so forth. But I also happen to know that there may be other people who may be a little bit curious about what this is all about. And to me, it's part of my overall lifestyle. On my channel, when I talk about real estate and different topics like HOAs or how to invest or the Atlanta real estate market or any number of topics that I may be talking about, the one thing that's all common is it's connected to me. The information that I put out and information I sink in is all connected. Just like me being on this cruise, to me, it's all connected. Obviously, this cruise was not free. Obviously, I still have responsibilities back home. That world continues. But for me right now, it's in temporary suspended animation. And because of the way I have things set up. Now, there's some things, admittedly, is just not getting done. So one of the things I was thinking about doing was getting started on my book. And I may make some notes, but I don't really see that happening right now. I'm mostly just focusing on collecting footage, making videos, and basically expanding my YouTube channel. To me, how you live your life, your general financial well-being is all connected. Again, I talk about the real estate topics and the information will be there for people who want it. But for people who want to know just a tad more, I'm opening up my world a little bit. This is probably around my 20th or 21st cruise in my lifetime. It doesn't include some of the other trips. And so I've been very, very fortunate. And part of that, and I'm not trying to be preachy here. I really am not. But I think being able to take a cruise nowadays is really for me, a wonderful thing. For many people, it's a luxury purchase. The little secret is we have done this cruise on what I consider to be a shoestring budget because this is the off season. We got a really good deal. We don't have an outside cabin with a view. The appearance is that we're living the high life when in reality we're really doing this on a budget. And the nice thing about a cruise is that whether you have the least expensive cabin or the most expensive cabin, by and large the common experience outside is very, very similar. Now, if you're a person that spends a lot of time in the cabin, which we don't, then that's one thing. If you got a lot of family members and you just need space to stretch out and hang out and sleep or whatever you want to do in your cabin, then that becomes important. For us, the cabin is a place to sleep, put our stuff, check in, and all that. We're not spending a lot of time in the cabin, and it's just a very short amount. The rest of the time, we're out on the ship, we're out and about. If I wasn't making this video, I would certainly be walking around. I would probably, in my past cruises, I would be catching up on some of my business reading with my Amazon Kindle reader. I'm probably not going to do a lot of Kindle reading this time around because I'm doing something very, very different on this cruise, which is making videos. Just wanted to reflect on how and why I'm doing cruise videos on a real estate channel, because it's part of the way I'll live my life. It's part of the adventure. I still have responsibilities back at home, but nevertheless, they get handled and they will be there when I get back. Thank you for watching. Do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe, and I will catch you on my next video.